Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today is all about spraying. As you can see, we're in the spray room and I've got lots to do. So I thought I'd do a spraying video because I get a lot of questions asked about spraying, what type of paint I use, what's the best startup machine to start with, what fans do I use, do my fans go through the wall, etc. But I thought I'd use this opportunity to spray the components behind me and talk as I'm spraying. You can also see how I'm spraying in real time, see the speed that I'm going through all the components and see how good airless spraying really is. So spraying with an airless is absolutely rapid. It's really fast. So what I'm going to do today is prime that batch that you can see behind me and a few over here. We've got a few backings all in white. So everything I do is with these airless sprayers. We're going to go over those in just a moment. So we're doing some priming today and talking over at the same time and see if we can answer some questions as we spray. So as you can see, we've got lots of rack space, okay? So we're using the twin slot shelving. Remember, anything that I do have will probably be in the links, so you can just see what to pick and choose from my links if you need to know what I'm using. We've got the twin slot shelving and we've got the pipe protectors or the insulators as little pads for our workpieces to sit on. Over here, I've made these up. It's the same kind of process. We've just got poles going through. We've got wide arms and we've got less wide arms for smaller pieces. This is all I need. They're both on wheels, these two, so I can move them around. All the bigger pieces, such as backings and large panels, they can be dotted around on edge anywhere I find. And I can generally, once I've filled this spray room up, I can still spray backings and rest them up here or there. Drawers, if I am spraying drawers, generally just sit on the floor, backside down, because I generally don't spray the back. So yeah, we've got enough rack space, and I think it's quite vital that you have rack space and flat racking as well, because if you are spraying doors, for example, you don't want that paint or that painted component to sit on bars that are uneven. It will just follow the shape of your rack. So today I'm going to be using my Graco 595. I've got a Graco 595 and a 695, and I also have a GX FF. You can probably see in the corner there. I'm using this because I like to have my two machines, one set up with the lights and one set up with the darks. So on my gun, I am using a 310 tip. The tip is nice and clean. The filter is nice and clean. All my filters are nice and clean in the machine. There are 3 in total, 2 in the machine and 1 in the gun. So they are all clean, ready to go. But I do like a 310 tip. It's perfect for eggshells and emulsions. With the 310 tip, it gives you a 6-inch fan, which gives you nice wide coverage. Get through those pieces really quick with a nice wide fan. So as you can see, we've got a turntable here, and this is just a cheap plastic turntable that you get for cake decorating. Again, I'm going to leave all links in my video description. And it's fantastic. You need to spin those components around, especially adjustable shelves where you need to spray all the way around every component. We've got a rack here. It's been wrapped in handy wrap. So once it gets gunked up, then I can just peel it off and it's clean underneath. And then we can just wrap it back up. All my whole booth that you can see behind me has got Celotex. If you have a look above us, it's just floor protection. It's just OSB and it's covered in Celotex. And that means, again, I can just peel it off. It will just peel off in layers. If you want to see a video of me cleaning this, because I did it last year, have a look at this link right now, because it is really satisfying seeing all these big chunks being pulled off. So these are the fans that I use. They are from Amazon and they are fantastic. They are budget. They've got a variable dial on them. Got 2 of them. So we've got 2 dials around the other side of the wall. Just click them as low or as high as we want. I generally have them on the lowest setting. Now remember, when you have got your fans on, to make sure you've got enough airflow. You don't want to be sucking dust from your workshop, so make sure the airflow is clean. Put enough air to supply these fans because they do need quite a lot of air. I've mounted them down below and in each corner. I just felt that was the best position for them. I felt that the overspray always wants to go down rather than up. If you want to see how I make these filters, because these are all homemade, only 50p a filter, ridiculously cheap. Got a whole batch here of about 50. Yep, 50 in there. Have a watch of this video, because these filters are godsends, and if you are trying to make your spray booth on a budget, then these are absolutely key. So I am going to cheat on this occasion. I'm going to peel that layer off that's a bit clogged up and just make my filter last a little bit longer. Then I can plonk that back in and away we go. We might get another hour's worth of spraying with that, and we can chuck that away. And I'm going to dispose of these properly. And lastly, we're just going to go over all our components. So this is the batch that we're going to be spraying today. I'm guessing there's about 45 minutes to an hour's worth of work with these, that pile here, and a few backings. We've got no drawers on this. Most of these are double-sided components, okay? Probably about 95%, which is a bit annoying because it just feels like you've got to do everything twice. But what we always do with all our components is just absolutely vital to the success and the quality of your overall finish, is get these edges up to an absolute perfect standard, nice and smooth and primed. So when we come to prime in the spray booth, the paint actually sits on those edges. Because if you just leave it raw MDF, even though they may be sanded back, that spray will most likely not stick to it. And if it does, it's going to soak in a few times, a bit like a sponge. And it's going to take forever. And you're going to apply so much more paint to your actual whole component just to hit those edges. So if you want to see how we get these edges up to a really high standard, have a look at that video up the top. So what I'll do for you guys is I will make a whole playlist containing all the videos that I've left links for, all in one place, so you can just watch all of those in your own time. So I think we're good to go now. I'm going to start spraying. My sprayer is pumped up to 2000 psi, ready to go. Just need to open the door, get my mask on, turn the fans on, and away we go. This is the pile that I'm doing. These 5 pieces, and we got 5 backings. I'm going to estimate around 40 to 50 components. We're only doing one side at the moment, remember, can only do one, but the paint will dry within an hour and a half, 2 hours. But let's go get that camera set up in that corner and start spraying. Okay everyone, so I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm not wearing a mask today just because I cannot film and talk. You won't hear me. It's fine, my filter is going to do a fantastic job. Don't worry about me. It's only a one-off as well. But there's never any overspray. It's very, very small amount. And I've got my fans on, I've got my gun ready, got a dusting brush. It's just the end of a broom. Hopefully, we're going to have no problems with the microphone. I'm over here. Even though Sean has dusted them down, I still like to be sure. And to be honest, while I'm here, I am going to cover these up because I like to look after my machines. The amount of people I see that don't cover their machines up, it's criminal. So as you can see, all these components have got dark grey primer, but it's okay because the paint that I'm using for the top coat is kind of like a mid-tone. It's like a mid-blue. So grey is not too dark, white is not too light. So we decided to hit all the edges with the dark grey because we've got a dark grey colour and we've got a medium base colour. So it's absolutely fine. We're going to go for 3 coats in total. So as you just saw, I dusted off my work and I hit those edges first. And there we go. That's one component done in maybe 20 seconds. All right. So we just give it little hits all the way around and it goes on quite heavy. I always try to cover the MDF completely. So we use standard MDF, and yeah, people will probably say I only use Finster. You can do what you want. I don't say that in a rude way, but we really do get awesome finishes with this, and it's such a saving. We don't get the crap MDF stuff that you get from B&Q. This is from a builder's merchant that supply it from a proper supplier. It's a good brand. If you want to see a video on us comparing MDF types, there's a video up there. I'll do a playlist for that also. I don't see the point of going up to the more expensive type. This MDF is solid. When we're carrying it in, it's so heavy, so I know it's good quality. But I had to get that off my chest because I'm going to get a few people going, I don't touch it, I don't use that shed MDF and all that rubbish. This is where the savings can be had, because if you can get really good finishes on less expensive materials, why not? I think it's a no-brainer. So it looks like I've got this set up quite nicely, the pressure. Within 2 minutes of me talking, I've done 3 components. Most of them are kind of like this size, 600 by 600-ish square, or that size. The slowest part for me is just making sure there's no debris on there. I want a bench here. I should really have a bench here. To be honest, let's go and grab one. I'm going to put this here because it just means I'm not reaching over. So as long as the paint doesn't take forever to dry, remember this is a water-based paint, then you're fine. You know, if it's taking 10 hours for that paint and it's still wet after 10 hours, then you're gonna have a problem with grain raising and the MDF getting fluffy and all that stuff. It's gonna lead to issues. Yeah, my workshop is insulated, my spray room is insulated. I've got no problems. So it really is quick and easy with an airless. With airless sprayers, you really need to move fast. But that's what you do. If only I can have somebody asking me questions. I should be doing this live, to be honest. And that way I could be answering questions as we speak. I could have a little screen on the wall with questions and I could be answering your questions. How about that, eh? That'd be good. Maybe that's a good idea for a video. You see how quick it is. All right, let's time it, right? Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. So a medium-sized component, half a minute-ish. So if you times that by all your components, maybe let's just say 45 seconds per component if you're going for bigger pieces too. You could then just go, well, even a minute, all right? Even if you're just saying 1 minute, then you just know it's going to be super fast. 45 pieces, I'm going to be doing that in 45 minutes. So are you liking the content so far? I feel like I'm a little bit different from all the other YouTubers out there. I'm a bit more freestyle, less planning, less scripted, because everything that you are listening to right now has not been planned whatsoever, and it never has been. I never write down what I'm going to say, never write down what I'm going to talk about, and it's all off the cuff. And let's spin this around, see if we can show you. So it's gone down. It's just that pile there left to do, and this is what we've got done so far, and a few up there. Tell you what, how about if I get some footage of me spraying here? The chance of getting overspray on the phone, but let's give that a go and see what it comes out like. Little dust. Let's hit the edge here for you so you can see it. And then, yeah, and then. There you go. Quick, isn't it? El Dano. 20 seconds. Let's do that again. Edge over there. Sometimes I need to look at the components where the arrow is, because a few of these, like I said, 10% or so are only one faced. And there's no point wasting time or effort on something that's not going to get seen. Hear that edge? Can you see how well it covered? That was dark grey. So I went to see Rob at Amicus, Park Royal. He is an amazing guy. His son was really knowledgeable too, both really nice people. And he talked about his products, how he can match your colour over and over and over again, be it perfect, because they get their paints made in weight rather than volume. Takes them longer to make the paints, but they like the fact that they are different from the rest. They put that extra bit of time and effort into making their paints. Anyway, that's another story. But their paints are 1K. They're not the eggshells that you can buy off the shelf like Johnstone's, Dulux. They're absolutely fine when I'm doing medium darknesses to lights. I don't have a problem. It's when you go from like a midi tone blue downwards or blacks. Yeah, hence the reason I'm trialing these paints. So we're in talks to get some more paints and to trial these out. But once it's dry, it's rock solid. Okay, so let's get a different camera angle. let's get the camera, put it on top of that bar and see if we can get some top view footage. Okay, hopefully you got some good view up there. I couldn't see the screen to see where I was pointing the camera. There we go, dust it off. Let's go for it. Voila! Okay, right, so we got a bigger piece. Not sure if it fits in the camera. It's basically a half a sheet of 25mm. This is one of the sides that runs all the way up on the media unit. As quick as that. Fun, eh? So much more fun than a roller. Yeah, we've filled up most of our racks over here and we've done that rack. So all of this has been done in 40 minutes. Okay, so let's show you how we spray a backing, all right? So this is a medium size. It's about 1.7, 1.6. As you can see, I've just got a piece underneath. It's just to spread the load. It could be a little bit bigger because it's flapping a bit, but it's only temporary and we're only spraying primer. So I'm not that fussed, to be honest. So it's the same technique, really. A lot of you probably saying to me, why are you starting from the front, working your way back? It's just my habit. I mean, probably best to start back and work your way forwards. I just feel it flows better for me. And I've not had any problems of bits falling off my shirt, my jumper, getting into the paint. That just doesn't really happen. But for this, sake of this video, let's spray from the back, work my way to the front. So it's just tiptoeing from side to side on bigger pieces because we want to flow and not stop. We get a couple of hits done at the back, and then once we know it's solid, we can work our way forward. When you do spray, you need to just go past the end, give it a quick flick back like a robot. So that is one backing done, and then I simply just pick it up as delicately as I can, and I'm just going to rest it against the wall or wherever I can find a column or something spare on edge, like so. Simple. So we're getting close to the end now. We're on the trims and we filled up all of this rack here and this rack here. We spin the camera around. We have also got this big TV panel done and 3 backings. I'm leaving 1 backing to last because I just don't have the space at the moment. So let's jump on those trims that you can see lying up against the wall in the corner over there. And it's really simple. Instead of spraying just one at a time, you'll waste paint. What I'll do is just get a board which is wide enough to accept them all. Okay, it doesn't have to be massive, or, you know, they are going to sag a little bit, but it's fine. It's only temporary because you're going to take them off straight away after. Just make sure it doesn't fall over. So if I put it there, it's going to tip over and fall. You've got to put them on in a certain order, but that's fine. Again, it's only a one-off. To be honest, let's go for the smaller piece last so we can have all the longer ones together. That 1, 2 together there, 3 together. Last one on the front. Happy days. And we'll give you one more show of how I spray, and especially the trims. There you go, we're not wasting paint now. We can just continue. Just like it was a solid piece. I usually do these last and just leave them on the rack. And there we go. That is basically all done apart from one large backing. Happy days. And there we go, everyone, all finished. It is 10:30, we start at 9:25, an hour and 5 minutes to get everything done. Remember, I was talking and filming, so have wasted 10 minutes or so. It's an absolutely blinding setup, the Airless sprayers. I can't sort of like say it enough to people. If you are trying to start spraying, then Airless, I think, is probably the easiest method. It's kind of bulletproof. You don't need to be absolutely perfect. You don't need a pristine spray room, workshop. Tiny bit of dust doesn't affect it. If you're not properly set up, you can see here, I'm not exactly professionally set up. It's a DIY booth and a DIY rack, DIY filters and fans, and it still works absolutely perfect. Then the Airless is the way to go in my eyes. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and subscribe and leave a comment. That'd be fantastic if you can. We do have a membership, so if you fancy joining, that'd be really, really lovely. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. A great rest of the day. See you next week. Take it easy. Ciao for now.